It's a beautiful Friday morning. Welcome to the Midday Show and welcome to your favorite show, The People's Perspective, brought to you by Adam and Eve, your number one luxury homeware store. And remember, Adam and Eve has a lot of exciting things in store for you this Valentine's season. So at least you have some activity, some form of activity, so that your Valentine's Day isn't boring, isn't the regular, everyday, yearly Valentine's Day, because Adam and Eve always has you in mind. My name is Ify, and as always, my unequivocal co-host, Seun Kuti, is in the studio looking fly.
Yes,
Seun,
Sunday beach vibe. Sunday beach vibe. Sunday beach. And in case you want to go,
but
and
it's Friday
me,
though, you know.
I'm trying. Sunday beach vibes.
Okay, so it can be any day.
But that's the vibe.
That's just the vibe.
You don't understand? Just relax in the middle of stress and using relaxation to hide stress. You know.
But what's stressing you out though?
If I've not worked in like 2 years and 2 months now. You know that, right?
But Seun, you've worked now, didn't you?
Where's the work?
Didn't you go to like South Africa?
One show in 2 years.
That's wait now, Seun. That's work.
Mean that I'm doing 90 shows a year.
Wow, 90 shows a year.
They are telling me about one show in 2 years.
Wow. Sorry, don't be angry.
Whatever is going on in this world, all of you stop it. All of you stop it. It's stressing me out.
Pele. So that's what's stressing you out.
Yes.
But don't worry.
No, but yeah, we are done with that. But I'm just the issue now is how to jump back on the horse.
Yeah.
Yes.
To get the ball rolling.
Yes, I'm used to my relaxed life.
Relaxation. All right, guys, welcome to today's edition of The People's Perspective, brought to you by Adam and Eve. A few stories that we're going to be sharing with you today, starting off with one top story over the week that broke, and this is about the former governor of Imo State, Senator Rochas Okorocha. He officially declared to contest for the presidency in 2023, and as you know, he currently represents the Imo West Senatorial District in the 9th Senate. And whilst he was declaring his intentions to run for this office of president at the International Conference Center in Abuja on Monday, he, said a few things, particularly touching on uniting Nigerians across ethnic and religious divides. And he's saying that it would be his paramount goal. And it's quite interesting that, whilst this was being said, a couple of hours later, of course, the fact that he declared his intentions for running for presidency, that already made the news. But what blew up that conversation was the EFCC coming out a few hours after to allege that it was to somewhat give information to the people that they've opened up a file against him for embezzlement. And
talk the amount. If you talk the amount, they talk the amount.
2.9 billion.
Busy.
So 2.9 billion naira.
Jojo.
So they've opened up this.
Exactly now be that. I mean, everybody will get 2.9 billion. When they use again? Please call in on the show.
So it's quite interesting that this came out hours after. The Rochas Okorocha has responded, saying that the FCC is coming after him, and also alleging that it is actually Hope Uzodimma that is behind the alleged 2.9 billion naira fraud allegations by the EFCC. Now, what really has gotten people talking is, on one hand, people are conflicted somewhat because, of course, corruption is something that is rife in society, and this is one of the banes and one of the causes of the issues that we are facing as Nigerians. It's multifactorial, but corruption is a major part of it. And remember that this particular presidency had said from the very beginning that they're coming in to fight corruption, something that we've seen that has been lacking, because there are so many opportunities that people believed that this particular government could have fought corruption, but it just seemed as season. So listen up as we say goodbye. This beautiful Friday morning, welcome to the Midday Show and welcome to your favorite show, The People's Perspective, brought to you by Adam and Eve, your number one luxury homeware store. And remember, Adam and Eve has a lot of exciting things in store for you this Valentine's season. So at least you have some activity, some form of activity, so that your Valentine's Day isn't boring, isn't the regular, everyday, yearly Valentine's Day, because Adam and Eve always has you in mind. My name is Ify, and as always, my unequivocal co-host, Seun Kuti, is in the studio looking fly.
Yes,
Seun,
Sunday beach vibe. Sunday beach vibe. And in case you want to go,
but
and
it's Friday
me,
though, you know.
I'm trying. Sunday beach vibes.
Okay, so it can be any day.
But that's the vibe.
That's just the vibe.
You don't understand? Just relax in the middle of stress and using relaxation to hide stress. You know.
But what's stressing you out though?
If I've not worked in like 2 years and 2 months now. You know that, right?
But Seun, you've worked now.
Where's the work?
Didn't you go to like South Africa?
One show in 2 years.
That's wait now, Seun. That's work.
I mean, like I'm doing 90 shows a year.
Wow, 90 shows a year.
They are telling me about one show in 2 years.
Wow. Sorry, don't be angry.
Whatever is going on in this world, all of you stop it. All of you stop it. It's stressing me out.
Pele. So that's what's stressing you out.
Yes.
But don't worry.
No, but we are done with that. But I'm just the issue now is how to jump back on the horse.
Yeah.
Yes.
To get the ball rolling.
Yes, I'm used to my relaxed life.
Relaxation. All right, guys, welcome to today's edition of The People's Perspective, brought to you by Adam and Eve. A few stories that we're going to be sharing with you today, starting off with one top story over the week that broke, and this is about the former Governor of Imo State, Senator Rochas Okorocha. He officially declared to contest for the presidency in 2023. And as you know, he currently represents the Imo West Senatorial District in the 9th Senate. And whilst he was declaring his intentions to run for this office of president.
Because he say it remains small, make it complete. So they say me for me, I never have any I don't lose any sleep if any politician in Nigeria is given any case, whether it's guilty or innocent. I repeat, I don't lose sleep if any Nigerian politician is going through it, whether he is guilty or innocent. Because as I'm sitting down here right now, there are hundreds of thousands of Nigerians who have done nothing but leave their house, just go somewhere, picked up by the police, they're in Kirikiri, awaiting trial for what they don't know about. Hundreds of thousands of innocent Nigerians in police cells.
Just to touch on that a little bit, because a couple of days back I spoke about, taking a look at some research that was done and actual statistics released about our prison system, which is just very disheartening, saying 7 out of 10 people that are in prison are still awaiting trial.
AWT, awaiting trial.
7 out of 10.
Listen, many people in jail in Nigeria just go in the court. They will advise you to just plead guilty, whether you've even done it or not.
That's
and
terrible.
Take the time they will give you, because you are sure of coming out in 18 months as a first offender, than saying not guilty and then the judge, remand to Kirikiri, adjourn the case.
Oh my
The prosecutor will never come back to court to call your case. If you don't have money, that you have a lawyer, the public defender will never check on you. Nobody cares. They've been awaiting trial 5 years.
And the years they've stayed in jail is so much more than what they would have gotten if at all they were guilty for that crime.
So when one politician that they will now go and put in one comfortable cell is complaining after he has actually done something, even what they are catching him for, what he has really done, he has actually done something else. We are all from Nigeria. You have not delivered, and you've collected money, and you've not. We all know you don't deliver. You are not like the postman. You are not delivering. Nigerian Postal Service, anyway, they are getting better, honestly. Somebody sent me something and it came. I was surprised. I won't lie.
How long did it take to come?
It took a while. But it came. It came.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't really, these things for me, well, it's your turn to dance. So dance.
Okay, so what about Nigerians?
You can afford lawyer.
What about Nigerians saying that the EFCC is picking and choosing and it seems like a witch hunt? So in as much as the Nigerians are clapping and saying, yes, so finally, at least you're, bringing down the big guns on one of the politicians in times past who they've accused severally of fraud or just not coming through as a public officer or a governor. However, people are then comparing it to the bullion van issue, saying that ever since that happened, nothing has been done and it's not been looked into. So people are conflicted, like I mentioned. So what are your thoughts about them saying, yes, you're doing your job, but why are you picking and choosing? Yeah. And what about the bullion van?
I think APC came into power. You have to remember Jonathan's era where nobody at all was prosecuted for anything. Mm-hmm. So I think APC came into power to use the fact that, at least we are their own defense, at least.
Interesting.
But my own issue, my own part of that would be to tell Nigerian people that we must understand that there's a clear divide between we, the people, and our politicians and our elite. We cannot suddenly start using their own pain. It is not our business what is going on with them. What is witch hunting? How can you witch hunt a billionaire? He has money to get the best lawyers. You cannot see if Rochas is not guilty, nothing can happen to him. If he has no case to answer, not because all the he will get six sons who sit down and defend this case up to the Supreme Court. Can you afford that? Can't you think of your own issue? The public defender's office is weak. There are no lawyers to defend the people in these offices. But we'll be here saying that they are witch hunting a billionaire. How can you witch hunt a billionaire? It is we the people that are going through a witch hunt by the powerful people of this country. Witch hunting in our pockets, taking all our money. They want to increase fuel. They've increased light. They've increased water. There's nothing they don't increase. We are not talking that is witch hunt. It is when a rich man is going through problem. We say somebody, how can you? If he's innocent, Rochas Okorocha can afford his defense. He can afford his defense. Except they are doing him the dasuki, and I don't think they are giving him the dasuki. If anybody is going through witch hunt in Nigeria right now, it's dasuki. Let's be honest. Almost 6 courts has released him. the government like no year.
Right.
So for me that is what is important. I mean, I don't lose any sleep. These people had the power to make Nigeria more just, to make Nigeria a country where laws are more respected. But all of them, when they were in power and had the opportunity, they used the same apparatus the way it's being used today against them. So they are failing. I mean, you had the chance to make Nigeria better. I keep saying this.
Yeah.
If you have the chance to make Nigeria better, it is impossible for me to now suddenly be feeling bad for you when your mistakes. And this is not even a mistake that is between you and your family or friends. In national, you guys are mortgaging the nation. Then something small now happens to you want me to start crying. You know how many children in Imo State were left uneducated while he was there?
And speaking about education, we're going to be segueing into our next topic for today. But before that, if you are listening, please feel free to join the conversation touching on the former governor of Imo State, Senator Rochas Okorocha, coming out and declaring his intent to run for presidency in 2023. However, hours after the EFCC have brought charges against him, and this is a 2.9 billion naira fraud allegation against him. So what are your thoughts about this? And just taking a look at the line of conversation being had by Nigerians out there saying that the EFCC is picking and choosing who they go after. Do you believe this in the case of Rochas Okorocha, that they chose to go after him because he dared to, declare to run for presidency? What are your thoughts? Lagos Talks, good morning. Good morning, Lagos Talks. What's your name?
Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah, morning, ma.
What's your name?
My name is...
Lagos Talks, good morning. What's your name?
Good morning, Bola from Ikotu.
All right, quickly, let's hear you.
Thank you, my brother. Shiumba Onyo.
Mo wà pa ẹ káàárọ̀, àbí?
Ṣé ẹkú àṣeyìndí bàbá.
Ẹ ṣé.
Let me go for that. Now, this man went to president and said that president should stop the AFCC. You see, look, all politicians, they are the same thing. Let me be honest with you. Now you have allegation around your neck. You run to president to do what? So, okay, if they hang allegation on top of the president, who will you run to? Is that, are we, look, you said something. And somebody has said it that we don't believe that all our institutions, they are not working. And this thing has been on these politicians. And my fear is that because the Africa continue to witness a coup, pretty cool. If this change will not change, because people are defeated. There's allegation on you. You run to president to do what? I don't know. Look at what happened in Africa now. Many people contracts taken over by military. What happened? Nothing. So I think president need to be very careful. They need to be very careful because you cannot be shooting me and telling me that they shoot you. And nothing I will do. It's getting too much.
All right. Lagos Talks, good morning. 0809-234-5913. 0809-222-0913. 01515-0913. 01515-1913. Lagos Talks, good morning. Who's speaking, please?
Ify, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Sure, how are you doing?
I did. My brother, wait. Before you tell us your name, wait. My brother, wait. Before you tell us your name, wait. Why you use that kind of voice? Talk say, Ify, how are you? Can't say, Seun, how you doing?
Ify,
Yes, Ambassador.
if you believe Seun no show for 2 years, me I not believe you. Now you bobo Seun, I swear I won't believe you. I will never believe you. I'm a PLL. Ify, how you doing?
Very well, Ambassador. Thank
Ambassador
you.
Musa from Michi.
All right, let's hear you.
So right now,
I dey hear you talk. Now you call show. Then maybe you go talk.
if you're not sure of note, Seun talk something that touched my mind.
Okay.
And I almost wept where I am right now. Many Nigerians are language in Greek right now. Nobody, people talk about them. Even lawyers who I say they are for the people, human rights lawyers. Most of them never look into that direction or do something. As you have a lawyer in Nigeria, thousands of them. If they gather themselves together to do some Nigerian constitution or they do something about this people, innocent in Greek right now. Language for 5-10 years. I think that is a food for thought, is a way, something that, what is it, you touch Nigerians, because it could be anybody, anytime, any day. Honestly speaking, that is that. Or Rochas, look, Rochas know what he's doing. He know that TFCC were on the street watching, and he quickly declared, so he can say, people can pity him that, because he declared. It's a lie. Let him and the governor, he supposed to go and stop what they have. If the rules of man go and sort themselves out, he has a lot of questions to answer on Anambra and on Imo. Please, I better pack the second base.
Thank you, my brother. No, I don't like when Nigerians start. You don't. Rochas does not need your help. He doesn't. He's sitting on loot, mad loot. Let him fix his issues. I understand if we are trying to help the poor, the helpless, the emerging, the oppressed, but not the people that are the ones just because his party is not. Let me tell you something. Democracy as it is in the world today, for me, is pure fascism. Because it is one group of society dominating the rest forever. I always tell people, they make you feel as if democracy, you have a choice. But democracy is just in every country, even America, England, any country you go, is all the rich people in the country. They will pack themselves, form two parties always. Some will say they are liberal, the other will say they are conservative. These rich people will be in these two parties and exchanging themselves forever and ever and say we have democracy. You will never find a workers' movement or a people's party being allowed to emerge. Even though these countries are if you look at American politics, you think it's a two-party state. But American democracy is multi-party.
And that's interesting.
They have Green Party, they have Libertarian, but you never hear of them. Never hear. You understand? And it is the same in Nigeria. APC, PDP is what everybody is shouting. Instead of us to look at how we can build our own people's party that will represent us and represent our interest, the rich will always and only represent the interest of the rich. I'm telling you. So, I mean, until you are ready to take care of yourself, that's why you are shouting at Rochas. What is your business? When Rochas was with power and in governor, how did he assist your life? You know, and this is the problem I have with Nigerian professionals, because we are the ones that have access to these powerful people, and some of the time they now help us. You know one governor, he buy you car, or he dash you 20 million, or he build you house. Suddenly you go around saying the governor is a good man. He's a good man because he was good to you. Are you everybody? You are not everybody. So if it was good to you, how does that make him a good man? So you are suddenly everybody.
You can also send your take, your opinions, your perspective via our WhatsApp line 0809-234-5913. Also send tweets at Lagos Talks 913 using the hashtag The People's Perspective. What are your thoughts? Join the conversation. Lagos Talks, good morning. Who's speaking, please?
Good morning. Is this Lagos Talk?
It is. Welcome. Join the conversation.
It is quite interesting listening to your conversation about this Okorocha and co. All these things are abracadabra. Sure, I don't understand. Hello?
Carry on. We're listening.
This is abracadabra. The more you look, the less you see. Has anybody talk about hunger in the land? I'm asking you. The people that are dying in Lagos, has anybody talked about it? And SARS, they don't throw them for one corner. We are talking about Okorocha. Okorocha that is well fed. Give me something else to talk about. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. 0809-234-5913. That is our WhatsApp line. Lagos Talks, good morning. What's your name?
Morning.
Good morning. What's your name, please?
Yeah, this is Christopher calling from Aja.
All right, let's hear you.
Yes. Ogashu. Good morning, sir. I hear you, sir.
Good morning, my brother.
Yes, sir. With the only thing I want to come out to say, now the Rochas Okorocha, you say it's not witch hunting. The reason why I would disagree with you that it's witch hunting.
Tell me, are you witch hunting rich man?
Okay.
Teach me. I want to learn. I have some rich people I want to witch hunt.
Okay. It's be by picking. It's be by picking. What that means is be by picking. This man, Osade Izeyamu, who was being accused during the governorship election in Edo State, that yes, about 600 and something billion naira water corporation that was being given to him, something like that he did not use it well. At the end of the day, what happened? When he became to APC, what happened? Even the president was celebrating him, which was the president who handled the flag, the party flag, to him and say, yes, you are the good candidate of Edo State. So what are we going to say? Okay, look at the FKK now. Bankrori, Mr. Bankrori, who is Bankrori you? What happened? After all done and dusted what he has said about Buhari, at the end of the day, what happened with the aberration money that was raised up? They took him to the president and said, yes, this is your son, forgive him. At the end of the day. So this is just all about politics and witch hunting.
No. It's about politics. So we all know in Nigeria that politics in Nigeria is favoritism, nepotism. It's not about merit. It's not about what is just or appropriate. We all know this. When PDP was ruling too, this was the same favoritism that ruled the country. So what you are saying is that they are doing what they normally do. I'm saying to you to explain to me why it is witch hunting to go after a rich man that has actually done something. You know, if he was innocent, some innocent man that never did anything, was on his own, did not play the game, did not have any case against him, and then they now decide to go and pick this innocent man and frame him, and I'll say, okay, witch hunting. But Rochas has a case to answer. Let him face his case. It's EFCC that brought case on him. You know, this is an institution That is, and if the case is false, Rochas also has the capacity to sue EFCC. Right?
All right, he does indeed.
Exactly. So, I mean, I don't understand the witch hunting part. That's what I don't understand. That they are going after him because he's not there. Yes.
So maybe it's more of a thing of semantics, because
vendetta.
Vendetta. So he believes your description of that's just plain old Nigerian politics. But to him, his own description is he's been witch hunted. I think it's more of like semantics. See, I feel he is on the same page, but we're saying it's just the typical Nigerian politics that has always been in existence in Nigeria.
But me, I feel he should have said they have a vendetta
against him.
Because to say it is witch hunting means he's innocent and they are going after him.
Now there you go.
Because that's what witch hunting connotes. There are no such thing as witches. So when you label a person a witch and then go after them because you are pinning something on them to go after them for. You understand?
All right, it's 11:36. We're going to be taking a very quick break to hear from our sponsors, Adam and Eve, Africa's #1 luxury homeware store. And they deal in all things dining, outdoor, leather, kitchen, electricals, bed and bath, living. If you just visit their website, you would see a potpourri of everything that you can find when you visit the Adam and Eve store that is located at number 8. Isaac John Street, Ikeja, GRA, Lagos. So let's take a listen.
You should also visit the store. Visit the store. Trust me.
That's Seun's opinion. Okay? All right, let's listen to Adam and Eve. Like we said, they have something in store for you for this Valentine's Day, which is super exciting. So stick around.
On Lagos Talks 91.3.
All right, welcome back. It's 11:40. This is the People's Perspective, brought to you by Adam and Eve, Africa's #1 luxury homeware store. My name is Ify. I'm here with Seun Kuti. We are taking you through some of the top stories this week. Speaking about top stories, let's move on to the next story. The Governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, recently promised to grant scholarships to 2 girls found running errands during school hours. In a Twitter thread on Thursday, that's just yesterday, Jibril Gawat, who's a senior special assistant to the governor, said that the governor was on his way to an event when he stopped his convoy to speak to the girls. Now, Gawat said the girls, whose names are Suwebat Husseini and Amarachi Chinedu, were on their way to deliver buckets of peeled beans and pepper to a vendor. Now, he said, he
delayed that party.
He said, and I quote,
that akara has been delayed.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, on his way to an official function today, momentarily halted his convoy to attend to a disturbing situation. It was a sight of 2 underage girls on an errand for a bean cake vendor during school hours. Time was 11 a.m. The girls were expected to be in school, but both Amarachi Chinedu, who's 9, and Suwebat Hussein, who's 12, were forced to skip school by their parents in order to serve some domestic assistance. The girls were going to deliver buckets of peeled beans and pepper to a grinder when the governor sighted them at Anthony Village, and it was a glance that presented a discomforting image to Mr. Governor, who revved his convoy to stop to find out the reason the girls were not in school. Amarachi's story made the governor shudder throughout the encounter. Her mother is a teacher, but was not allowed to go to school because her parents could not afford the current session's tuition fees. Amarachi would have to miss a school year because of this reason. Suwebat's mother is the bean cake seller for whom the girls were running an errand, and her parents, who are Jigawa State indigenes, relocated to Lagos months back, and Suwebat's 4 male siblings were all in school at the time she was stopped on the road by the governor. But her parents preferred she stayed back home to help with some domestic chores. The decisions taken by girls' parents, the governor said, could rob the little ones of their innocence, their future, and put them at a disadvantage amongst their peers. And the governor stressed that his encounter with the girls left his heart bleeding. Coincidentally, the governor was on his way to formally launch the Social Welfare Integrated Program, SWIP initiative, a partnership between government agencies and the private sector to standardize welfare administration for the vulnerable children, elders, and those suffering mental disorders. When he saw the 2 girls roaming at school hours. Salvaging the situation, Sanwo-Olu at the scene told the girls that he will personally take up the responsibility for their education and upbringing, promising to enroll them in school to continue their education. Now, Seun, this, of course, listening to this story, it's very touching and it's very heartfelt. But Nigerians, particularly Lagosians, seeing this story, one thing that resonates is there are thousands, if not millions, of Amarachis and Suebats in Lagos who cannot afford to go to school because they have to help their parents out so that they would be able to at least get some money to feed. We know that this is something that has been in existence for a while. It's a very debatable area because it's like we then have to be juxtaposing, is this child labor versus is this a family just trying to survive given the current state, the poor economic state, especially in Lagos. And with the governor doing something so heartfelt, but to Nigerians, it left a very sour taste in their mouths. So what are your thoughts about this, especially right now that during the week I broke a story about some boys in Edo State who were found roaming the streets, and then they knocked at someone's door saying that they came there to come and learn how to hustle. And when the person probed them further, the person now found out that they thought that was a place where they could learn how to do yahoo, right? And we started talking about the moral decadence and talking about the children that we are raising, the crop of children that we're raising today, who are supposed to be leaders for tomorrow. So let's just touch on all of this, starting with the governor, seeing these two girls, stopping his convoy and saying he's going to, pay for their scholarship to go to school.
Well, let me give you a scenario, right? So if you watch any Nollywood film in Nigeria, it is the storyline that you are suffering in your life. It is either your village people doing it, and then one day as Jesus Christ will break the yoke, the Jesus people, one big man will just pull up and say, young man, young lady, come here. I just saw you you need a job. So it is the savior mentality. You also understand that
very true.
The elite in Nigeria want us to believe in their power to choose us for success.
Wow. That's
You also understand that is one of the very strong weapons that the elite in Nigeria have, that they used to control the minds of the Nigerian professionals. That's why we all continue to allow this system, because it is a lottery. And we all feel special that I can win this lottery. One day, one governor, one billionaire, one rich man will see me and give me a contract, see me and pull me close, send me errands to make me rich.
Yes.
Because everybody's an errand boy. Go and build house. Go and do this contract. Go and sign that paper. Go and do this project. It's errands. In Africa, success is given. You understand? Success is given. Nobody is only very few people are truly, really making something of themselves. There's a paternalistic approach to how people are made successful here. I mean, you hear the success story of most people. It is all about somebody's largesse. It's all about somebody's largesse. It has never really been about how hard or how talented people are. That's why if you look at the richest people in Nigeria, they are quite talentless. It's true. I mean, I always say to people,
I don't think I expected that.
Listen,
but
I say to people, without Bill Gates, there's no Microsoft. You can see what he has added to his country. This thing that, if that's talent. So that's why it's like, is it that without any of our rich people, nobody will sell us cement? There'll be nobody to sell you foil.
Interesting, okay.
There'll be nobody to use exorbitant prices to deliver cheap contracts, or inflate contracts. I mean, you won't have these people. I mean, you don't need talent for this. You have oil well today, tomorrow you're I mean, there's no talent in that. And especially when you're not even running the company in a way that it is competing with the rest of the world.
Indeed.
That you're just a local champion
exploiting your
own people. You understand? So they want us to believe in that. And that's why you go to church and you hear these prayers, divine this, give me my own. Everybody is praying for this miracle, and the miracle of God in the economic way and in terms of getting comfort in this world is delivered through the rich people of the country. So you get a contract, that is your miracle has happened. You get this job working for them, your miracle has happened. So they all work towards. I mean, the other day, Obi Kubana too. One guy gave one guy money in the boss. Obi Kubana too immediately invited him. So I mean, some guy gave a prisoner money. This guy is a hawker. I don't want to say it's staged, seriously, but it seems staged to me. So this hawker gave a prisoner that was being transferred. They were transferring a bunch of criminals inside the Black Maria. Then he dashed the guy money or give him water to drink or something funny, And then Obi Kubana invites this hawker to his house and decides to bless him, and he's made. Everybody has to believe. One day, one of them will just see us online or see us doing something and pick us for success. Whether the person in the Black Maria kill 10 people, and then you are happy. It doesn't matter. I mean, but you help this prisoner, this big man to help him, and this is what we have to believe in, not in institutionalized development.
Yes.
Not that our state can be made in such a way that without knowing anybody, without having the goodwill of any human being, based on your hard work and your talent, you can access success.
Indeed.
You understand? They don't want that. They want to be in control. So this is playing
because
into that
they're
feeling.
Weaponizing that.
Exactly. So now he's a good man. Everybody's continuing thinking, wanting to, forgetting that this person is the one in charge of education in the state.
Indeed. That's one thing that got me laughing in my mind.
This man is the one in charge of education in the state. The snap of his finger, he can declare state of emergency on child education in Nigeria. Lagos State, and insist that it's even criminal, make it criminal and enforce the law, not just because they do it all the time. Like, you remember the homosexual law that they used to do election. Homosexual in jail for 14 years. They are all over the internet running things. Nobody's being arrested. No enforcement whatsoever. So it's not enough. Just say, we've banned it. Enforce it. Let's see it being enforced. Ban child labor. Enforce the law. Lock up parents that use their children to make money.
Yeah.
Because for me, it is one of the worst kind of parenting.
Indeed.
I don't give beggars money. Me, I'm not part of you people that believe in the rich saviors. All you rich saviors that you are the ones working in the banks, laundering money in the oil companies, spoiling the country, working in construction, inflating contracts. You now go and give beggar 500 naira because you're a good person. One day you see them on the street.
But Seun, don't you also believe in community?
I believe in community, but I don't believe in handouts. Right? So that beggar is a citizen of Nigeria.
Yeah.
I am not going to bail out the government.
Okay.
Who can afford to take care of their citizens, but instead choose to use the money for their own personal benefit.
But isn't that like a catch-22?
Yes,
Seun?
let them get angry. If nobody is giving them money, all those beggars, I think they are the fire for the revolution that we need in this country. If they are angry, they'll be in the governor's office, but we are there bailing out the government. When we bail them out, when we are giving our cousins money for school, helping people pay hospital bill, all of us want to act like we are good people. This is our acting like we are good people, while in our bank, we are helping our organ launder money. In the education system, we are taking bribe from students and giving them marks. We are doing all these things to destroy the country on one hand, and then on the other hand, we are helping people with the proceeds. Like Sanwo-Olu is going to give this people scholarship.
But Seun, just to ride off of that, I also do believe, very strongly in community. And I do believe that for where Nigeria needs to be, it's going to be a combination of factors. Now, we know our current situation. We know that even as we influence leadership moving forward, with a number of people going out there to get their PVCs so that they can, vote the right people. We know that the change that we want to see, it's a long-term process. It's not going to be a snap of our fingers.
And it's not going to be charity-based.
It's not going to be charity-based. However, given our current situation, we know that as a community, and this is something that we also advise, that we need to step up to the plate, that if we see our brothers hungry as well, maybe go beyond just handing out. I believe that I'm also expecting communities to come together to take people to school. Now, I know that it might sound like it's bailing out the government, but whilst we are on one hand ensuring that we are influencing, the government and influencing leadership, on the other hand, we should also be creating...
That's not bailing out the government. what we must do if we are making sure we want to take children to school is to make sure that the school is functional.
Indeed.
So we cannot just say we want to head children to the school. We can even start our community-based transport for poor children to get to school every day. But we must also make sure that the school is functional.
That's very
true. Teaching them. You understand? Not that we are just going to dump them in a building where they don't do anything all day. Or they are not, the educational standard is not being met. I mean, how many of us here want to send our children to any state school? How many? Nobody wants to send their children to state school. Everybody wants to go to private school, right? Because private school is where we believe that our children can get quality education. So what I believe is not only about us saying, the governor rides around Lagos every day.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that the first 2 kids he's seen, working during school hours. I personally, I don't patronize that. Like they are selling granite, they are doing this. Okay, give me money. It irritates me when I see children and then their parents sit down and you are exploiting your children like this because of poverty. Instead of you to stand up and fight for that child's future, or they don't know. Let's believe they don't know any better. Let's believe that society is not giving them the platform or even the relevance to hear them. Because in Africa also, the rich people in Africa are so bad that poor people have to act rich before we think that they are human beings.
Wow.
If you cannot even afford to act rich, you are not a human being. I mean, you are not even in the conversation. So maybe that our inability to hear the poor also stops them from, taking that stance. But at the same time, I feel there's so many steps before you start exploiting your child, and exposing them to, these children will be crossing traffic, trying to chase money, selling pure water, But the state can afford to, put these children in school, feed them in school, and also put their parents on welfare.
Yeah.
You cannot expect a child to even learn if he's coming from the slum to school. It is impossible. I tell people, the building of that school, is linked to the quality of the child's home.
Indeed.
How can a child that is living in a traumatic neighborhood where there's violence, gang warfare, police brutality, no light, no water, hunger, all these things in this child's community, but then you want to put the child in school? How would that child learn?
I think I expected better from the governor, especially how very sensitive his tenure has been so far, with all the things that have happened. But putting out pictures such as this and an epistle on social media, it just shows, or it seems to a large extent, that he's, maybe leveraging off of sentiments as opposed to attacking what the issues are. What I would have expected that he did wasn't to just single out the Amarachi and the Suebats. I would expect that through that, he will come out to make a statement about education.
In general, a new policy.
That's what we're expecting. Because how then do you expect the others who have their children at home doing nothing? What are they expected to do? Hope that one day the governor will see them on the road or come to their houses? I'm very disappointed in this showcase pretty much that is on social media. Also,
let us speak the truth. We as the professionals of Nigeria, how many of you are owing your child's school fees right now? Many of you are owing now. Is your relationship with the school that is allowing your child to go to school?
Wow.
Many of you are borrowing money now to pay school fees. It should be so. We are living in Lagos State. When my parents were growing up, they used to talk about how wonderful the public education was. Many of the rich people in Nigeria today went through public education from primary to university without paying a dime. You understand? This was the quality of education we had in the why can't we bring that back? You understand? Why do we Nigerians have to live under the pressure of school fees? It's pressure. The governor doesn't even understand that even many of the children in school, their parents are borrowing money to keep them there? Amarachi and Suebat, you are lucky. You have to say,
they are lucky.
As I said, this is the miracle we are all praying for. For miracle to be picking one of us out of our situation. No, it's true. If that is what we are waiting for, let's wait for one person to be picked out.
That's quite appalling.
Because what we need is institutions that we can all access. That gives us equal, and that's why we put you people in power to create the policies that will make these institutions function for us. But obviously, this is not the plan. We must continue this myth in Nigeria, because politicians in Nigeria are more interested in their personal image than the image of the administration. So the administration's image in Lagos State is still the same. Everybody, when you think of the administration, oh, Lagos State, it's federal government. Oh. But then the politicians, instead of using PR and policy to develop the state, it is themselves. So this is him developing Sanwo-Olu's image as a good man. You know, he doesn't care whether the state, we see the state education as good, you know, but he cares that he is a good man. While we, in the back of our minds, still don't want to send our children to public education. You know, it's not the image of public education that should be laundered by developing it. So we all know that, oh, these public schools are getting better. They are competing with these private schools. And many of us can even be brave enough to remove our children. Because how will the poor and rich mix in Nigeria? Where would that camaraderie that we need to make Nigeria? You know, because this is what happened before. You go to school and this is where everybody meets. You go to England, America, that's where everybody meets.
Yeah.
School, create new networks. You know, but here we are all segregated. All rich children go to their rich private school. All poor children go to their poor public school. You know, and we keep society in that same imbalance.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, it's 11:59. We wrap this up right here, right now. A big thank you to our sponsors, Adam and Eve, Africa's #1 homeware luxury store. And Seun, it's goodbye from your end as well. Before saying goodbye, any words?
Yeah, as I say, you know, Lagos drivers, I beg, make sure that they give themselves road. Take it easy as you drive around this town this weekend. You know, we need you here next week, listening to the TPP and giving us your love and support. Big Bird Kuti on Instagram, Shewan Club Kuti on Facebook, and Attrition Kuti on our newly relaunched Twitter.
I like that.
We are back.
All right, guys, reach out to me on Instagram at Ify_I. That is IFY_I. And follow Lagos Talks at Lagos Talks 913 across all social media platforms. Remember, The People's Perspective, your favorite show, is brought to you by Africa's #1 luxury homeware store, Adam and Eve, that has something very special for you this Valentine's season. So listen up as we say goodbye.
We are Lagos Talks 91.3.
Let's talk.